Yo! What up, people? What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, E.T. So, today, wanted to bring you a video bringing up your weak points, okay? I know this is a video that's been done tons, and there is littered videos. Come on, John. Don't start doing this again. And YouTube is littered with videos about this topic. But I wanted to give you my 2 cents on it. My opinion. Alright, mate? Fucking alright? Wanted to give you my opinion. So, 5 tips. Not 5 tips, 5 steps. 5 steps to help bringing up your weak points. I'm going to throw some examples your way and some actionable tips that you guys can actually start implementing to start getting the most out of your workouts and start improving those weak body parts, because nobody wants to walk around with, you know, looking like an upside down Dorito, which I currently do at the minute with my twiglet calves. But it's something I'm working on, and I'm going to implement these very steps. Alright? So, number 1 is kind of a double-edged sword, 2-sided. Yeah? Form and feel is I have notes in front of me, by the way. Form and feel is imperative. Okay, so if you can't feel what you're training, if you can't feel the muscle burning, you can't feel the fibers. That's what me and Sammy used to say. If you can't feel the fibers, man, you know, if you're not getting that pump, if you're not getting that if you're not getting that feel, if you're benching and you can't feel your chest, or if you're squatting and you can't feel your quads more than your ass, or, you know, if you're curling and you feel your front delts and not your biceps, whatever it is, form and feel is imperative. You need to be able to, first of all, feel what you're training. That mind to muscle connection has to be present. Okay, look at powerlifters, you know, look at powerlifters. This is probably an example that you've heard, but I want you to get it. I want you to get it. By the way, it's my birthday today, and I've got these Lotus Biscoff cookies. Big up. I'm gonna tag below where you can buy these cookies, because they're amazing. They're Lotus Biscoff cookies, and they're got leg day today, so I'm stocking up on cookies. Look at powerlifters. Powerlifters are some of the strongest guys, pound for pound, on the planet, but, you know, as much as they can bench, their chest isn't as big as a bodybuilder. As much as they can squat, their quads aren't as big as a bodybuilder. Okay, there's, you know, outliers, but generally speaking, they don't have the muscle mass that bodybuilders have. Why? Because that's the way we train. Okay, and the way we train is with feel and with form and with intensity. But that's number 2. Form and feel. Okay, that is number 1. You need to leave your ego at the door, reduce the weights possibly across the board, and then just work on your form, work on your feel the fibers. All right, let me read my book, and possibly start with an isolation movement. Okay, that's a great way to feel what you're trying to train. I struggled to build my chest for the last couple of years. It's really coming up. It's still behind, but it's really coming up now. If you look at pictures progressively through the sort of months over the last couple of years, it's really come up. Why? It's because, you know, I've taken precedent to put things like machine flies first, you know, really get the blood in there, activate the muscle, then go into my compound movements. Certain things like that, they may be something that can help you, you know, pre-exhausting the muscle. Isolate, activate the muscle first, you know, leg extensions before squats rather than going straight in and doing your squats. Things like that. That's something that can really help you assist with that mind to muscle connection. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is intensity. Intensity is imperative. Like, I get so many guys that come to me with coaching and stuff like that, and, you know, they say they can train balls to the wall, and then I get videos, and the videos are just, you know, albeit maybe not to their realization, but their training is just not what it needs to be. It's just not. It's not. right? It's not there. It's not there. Intensity is everything. Look at guys like Ronnie Coleman, you know, Branch Warren, the late, rest in peace, Luke Sandow, Hunter Labrada, you know, current days. They train incredibly hard and they have incredibly dense physiques, okay? They have a lot of muscle, a lot of density, a lot of hard, matured musculature. And that comes from intensity, okay? So once you have form and feel down and then you apply intensity to that, it's a recipe to grow. Like, these are the top 2 points for a reason, and they're in that order for a reason. Form and feel first, then intensity, okay? Imply intensity into that, and it's a recipe to grow, right? I'm telling you guys. Let me read my book. Wait, 1 second. I've got a hair there. Has that been there the entire video? Oh, come on. Fuck it. Like, guys, I trained with Tom Platts over at Crayford's. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but it was crazy, you know. Like, we was getting we was in a group of like 8 to 10 people, and we each had the opportunity to go through one working set of squats and one working set of hack squats. That's it. Okay, so bear this in mind, what I'm telling you. We done one working set to failure on squats and one working set to failure on hack squats. That was it. That was the entire session. It took about 4 hours because of how many people there was. So bearing in mind that as well, it took about 4 hours to get through this. We stretched, we all done warm-up sets, he was correcting our form as we go. Form, okay? The form came first, okay? When he taught us how to squat, the form came first, not the intensity. Once the form was in place, then when it came round to our working set, he was very strict on making sure that we kept our form in place. He would have a broomstick or his hand in front of our face, so that when we was at the bottom of the squat, when we came back up, we couldn't kick our hips out, because if we leant forward and we touched his hand, that was a no rep. It was back down, get the form right, come back up straight. So that it was a quad dominant squat. So the form was imperative. Then when we came to the working set, it was hardcore. You know what Tom Platts is like? He's like, 5 more, 5 more, 5 fucking more. He's in your fucking face. He's in your face, and it's all the way to the fucking end of the set. And the end of the set is when you can't stand up anymore. I think I've done 100 kilos, so 2 plates aside, but I've done like 47 perfect clean reps. Okay, it took me to a whole new world, and I thought I could train really fucking hard at that point. I trained with the likes of Luke Sandows and a few other pros, and I thought I could train really fucking hard. But that set really made me understand what intensity was truly about. And you look at guys and look at videos of Tom Platts and Ronnie Coleman, people like this, you don't realize the level of intensity they're training at until you get put through it, okay? And that's one of the that's not a knock on people. It's that some people, they don't train hard enough. It's not a knock on them that they're not training hard enough, because sometimes they just don't know. They haven't been shown how hard they can really train. You know, so that would be an actionable step for you guys, is to go out and invest in someone in your area who you know trains balls to the wall, or fucking make friends with someone in the gym who knows trains balls to the wall, and learn how to train really fucking hard, okay? Don't be a dick and think that you know it all and think that you are the hardest trainer in the world, because you're not. There's someone out there who trains harder, and it's your job to go out there and seek those guys so that you can invest time and money, okay? And you know what I mean, all right? You know what I mean, guys? Just get it done. Get it done, okay? Number 3 and 4, they go together. Exercise selection and order, okay? John Meadows is one of the godfathers of bodybuilding. He speaks a lot about exercise, order and selection. I've just had a training program bought by my missus Annie called Creeping Death, okay? And one of the things that you really see throughout this program is like the specific ordering of exercises and just how it really works. It's not just a slapdash training program, because when you put it into work in the gym, you understand, oh, that's why this goes first, that's why this goes second, and that's why we're finishing with this. Okay, when I used to train with Luke Sandow a few years ago, he really taught me the understanding of order selection, exercise selection and exercise order, okay? The exercises he'd have me do would be nothing different to I'd ever done, but the order in which we done them, the specificness of how we went through the program, was really important to getting the most out of the muscle and to getting the most out of you for the training session. Okay, a great way to sort of, you're wondering like, well, what should I do? How should I order it? A great way to start is to always start with, you know, activation or isolating the muscle, really get the blood in there, warm the area up, and really just get that muscle alive. Then move into your compound movements. Maybe you'll do a second compound movement, and then finish on a stretch. Okay, finish on a lengthening exercise. Okay, so for chest it might be machine flies, incline bench press, dumbbell press, and then a dumbbell fly. For legs it might be, you know, you might pre-exhaust with some leg extensions, do some squats and leg press, and then finish with like a sissy squat. Hamstrings might be a seated hamstring curl, you know, some a lying hamstring curl, and then you finish on an RDL, something like that. Something that isolate, compound, stretch. Okay, that's a good way to order your exercises. This is not the only way to order your exercises, but that'll be a good way to get you started. All right, guys, and then my fifth and final tip is volume and frequency. It's a double-edged sword again. Double-edged sword again. Volume and frequency. Okay, look at some of the wellness girls, you know, they train their legs 3 times a week. Their legs are huge. Look at power lifters, benching 3 times a week, deadlifting 3 times a week, and they're very good at what they do. You know, chances are if you do something more, you're going to get better at it. So if you train a body part more, you expose it to more stimulus throughout the week, 2-3 times a week, chances are you will grow. But only if all of the above steps I've just told you are put in place. Alright guys, so everything has to be put in place first. Your form and feel, your intensity, your exercise selection and order, then volume and frequency can come into it. Okay, spend 6 months with all those above steps in place first. Take progressive pictures, you know, check in with your coach, take pictures yourself, get your girlfriend to take pictures, whatever the fuck you want to do, and make sure you're progressing. And then at the point you feel that you've hit a plateau, then you probably need a little bit more volume, a little bit more frequency. Maybe you need to train that body part twice a week, maybe 3 times in 8 or 9 days, and maybe you need to bump the volume up a little bit. Maybe you need to add a few more working sets, add a little bit more fucking intensity to your workouts. All right, that's pretty much it. That's me. Think I'm gonna leave it there. All right, guys, so that's it. That's how I would go about bringing up my weak points. Hopefully you've taken a little bit from that. I just wanted to give you my 2 fucking cents.